And welcome back to Dawn, back with Rich and Kate Landau from Veg Restaurant in Philadelphia. And now we're making a cocktail, and then later we'll make dessert. But this is so much fun to have you here. It really is.
We are so happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So what are you making, Kate?
We are sticking in an Italian theme because, well, we just love themes. Yes. So we started with Chopino, and now we're doing a cocktail to go with it. And we're also sticking with the spring theme because I have a beautiful piece of rhubarb, which is just in.
Gorgeous.
Every spring I'm always like jumping the gun. When is rhubarb coming out? All right, I
it's
need
always
spring
the first
mode.
one. You know you're on your way when the rhubarb comes in too, which is great.
We're glad to see the rhubarb this spring, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so you get this beautiful color, and if you'd like, you can chop it up, add it to a little bit of water, a tiny bit of sugar, and make a rhubarb syrup out of it. So I have some of that I've made ahead of time. And we are going to do a variation on a Negroni. So Negroni is traditionally gin, which is added to Campari and sweet vermouth. Okay. So I've taken some liberties here, as all good bartenders and mixologists do these days. And into a shaker, we're going to add a little bit of fresh ice. The drink is going to be served over ice, so I'll keep some of that. So here's the gin. You can use whatever you like, because I know gin drinkers tend to be very, very picky. So this is Hendrick's. I like it because it's a little light and floral, which I think goes with our spring theme.
Nice.
So I've got 1 ounce of that, and we're going to do equal parts.
How does it smell?
Juniper berries. I mean, it's the great thing
Juniper
about
berries.
gin. Very springy.
Now this one I'm not going to do equal parts. I'm going to cut back because this one is very bitter, but I like themes again. This is actually an Amaro called Zucca, which is made with rhubarb.
Ah, okay. So we got the rhubarb theme.
So
Let's give that a sniff.
That's going to make it a little bit dark. And then that's in place of the Campari. This is going to be in place of the sweet vermouth. We're doing a little bit of Madeira. So again, I'm going to go a little bit lighter on this one. And I love Madeira. Rich will attest to that. We visited there and all of our travels.
Beautiful island.
It's hard not to love it. And then lastly, I'm going to go a little bit heavy on this one, the rhubarb syrup, because I want the pink color to come through a little bit. Right in.
Nice.
So we'll do 2 ounces of
this
this
is like
guy.
your homemade rhubarb syrup, which
Exactly. But it's so easy.
Yummy
So,
and
it's really so simple.
I didn't realize that all to say of vegan or vegetarian cocktails, so some are not.
Yeah,
Well, they use egg whites a lot,
Okay.
some of them.
It has to do with the fining and filtering of a lot of the ingredients for beer and wine. However, with cocktails, they are often, they're distilled. So unless they're adding a non-vegan ingredient, you should be pretty safe. Never
And
hurts
again,
to ask.
a lot of
little bit
even
more for
wines
color.
and beers, you're hearing more organic because people are allergic to things like the sulfates. So whenever you go more natural, you're avoiding all those additives that people can have allergies
We
with.
can drink together.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. So when you're ready, you can start. I like to stir gin cocktails. You can put a little fresh ice right in here. Rich, can you grab that lemon over there? Because I always like to garnish drinks with a garnish that makes sense, but that's also going to make it look good.
She's putting you to work there, Rich.
Yeah.
You know what else?
Honey-do
Why
list.
don't we peel
slicer.
it? Do you want to try that?
Sure.
See, you messed up.
No, that's perfect. I like
we can bring
it.
it back.
I'm just
can do a
messing
wheel
with
too.
you.
And
There
I
we
have a
go.
strainer.
This is appealing. Sorry.
Ba-dum-bum.
Should we go for it?
Yeah,
Are we
go
ready?
for it.
All
Let's
right.
pour it. Dun, da, 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 da. Okay.
Stop there.
There
That's
we go.
oh,
Check
that's
that out.
absolutely
this.
perfect. And
Beautiful.
If you're really going to do it pro style, you got to
right.
have the essential oils released into the glass, so you give it a little
Smells
twist.
great.
And you can turn this up. And Rich, if you want, you can also
You give
peel.
good lemon twist, girl. Look at
that.
this.
That is beautiful.
Now,
then-
rhubarb, you don't want to eat the leaves, but if you want, you can peel this down and do a little curly
Look
cue.
at that. Isn't that nice?
The leaves,
Look
they
at you.
say, are some kind of poisonous for you.
Oh, that would not
So
be
don't
good.
eat the leaves, but
Pick your poison.
yeah. Here's another little curly cue. Just looks like that candy, doesn't it? That
It does. It
Your
looks
grandmother
gorgeous.
used to use.
Gorgeous.
So
Can I
there we
try
go.
it here?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Ready?
Cheers.
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 Oh, that's delicious.
All right. Yay.
That's amazing.
All right. Good.
And what are we making for dessert?
Oh, we're doing a panna cotta. Of course.
Ooh,
right?
of course.
Italian.
All right, more with veg.
Very cool.
Dessert when we come right back. Ready for dessert? Back with Rich and Kate Landau from Veg Restaurant in Philadelphia. And it's a vegetarian dessert, we should point out, right?
Yeah,
Vegan
absolutely.
dessert, I
Vegan
bet.
dessert.
So what are you making?
So we're doing a panna cotta, which, okay, I don't speak Italian. Panna cotta. But anyway, I'm flavoring it with
Sounded
the
good,
caramel.
actually. That was good. That's not bad at
I
all.
convinced
I was
everybody.
impressed.
Fabulous.
So for our custard, or cooked custard, we are going to use coconut milk, which is an easy substitution instead of like a heavy cream. In our pan, see how it's just going right down? We have a nice hot pan. This is where we're getting the caramel part. We're
Like
taking
molten
this,
lava.
Yes, exactly.
That's incredible.
So this is how you make caramel. This is an organic cane sugar. So you could use whatever sugar you like. The organic cane sugar happens to have a little more molasses content, so it might take just a tiny bit longer to caramelize. But you just watch it. I, for one, am not a great candy thermometer user, so I like to just kind of keep an eye on it. And it will caramelize down and give you not just sweetness flavor from the sugar, but that caramelized flavor. Sure. So.
And a lot of people would stick a little butter or something, but there's nothing in there. It just is going to melt up.
No, we're not doing it right now because the
Okay.
coconut milk itself has so much richness and texture, so I personally don't think we need it. Rich, if you wouldn't mind just kind of slicing that vanilla bean in half and getting those seeds out.
Do a little surgery here.
Yeah.
It's got a vanilla
He
bean.
never, yeah, this is pastry ingredients here. So essentially we're going to build our custard with the flavor of the caramel. We're going to add the coconut milk to it, but then our additional seasonings are vanilla and just a tiny bit of salt. Now, how are we going to get it setting up without eggs, you might ask? And we're going to use agar. Agar is a seaweed, which is really high in protein. So it helps to set things in the same exact way that you would use gelatin, which is the traditional setup for a lot of custards. Okay. So that can just go right in, yeah,
This is
and
the
I
good
can scrape
stuff.
it off like right this way. So if you see the sugar is starting to go and starting to
Yes.
brown up, and we
Smells
can go ahead
amazing.
and add the salt, like I mentioned.
It's a tiny bit of salt.
And a little bit of vanilla extract, which won't hurt the caramel process there. That's fine. We'll give it a quick stir.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Hold the
All
pan
right,
for you
yeah, so see, it's really starting to candy. Now, as we can tell, it's pretty hot, so we're going to add our coconut milk to that. So if you want to, you might want to
You want me
step
to
back.
pour?
It might sizzle a lot. Let's check it out.
All right, ready?
Coconut milk in the can, depending on the temperature, can separate. So you get like the water and the
Okay.
coconut cream in two separate parts. So you might want to be a little careful when it comes out. And then I brought a great whisk, so we can just kind of slowly whisk this up together. So once that's going, have all
Want me
my
to whisk it?
seasoning. Sure. And then this is the agar powder, which you can buy it in a flake form or in a little powder form.
Okay.
And it dissolves beautifully. It just needs to come to a nice simmer for a couple minutes. I'd say about 5 minutes. So put that in.
All right, this smells great.
Yeah, you're really
Okay,
working
while,
that
while
time.
I'm working the whisk,
Yeah, it's like-
while I'm
feels
working
like
the
there's rocks
whisk,
at the
I want to
bottom
show a couple pictures of you guys and ask you how you met.
Aw.
It's a great little love story. There you are, Kate and Rich.
Well, I used to have a little, vegetarian cafe in the Philadelphia suburbs up in Willow Grove.
Perfect. You can let it
And,
simmer.
Kate came in and applied for a job one day, and it was kind of a love at first sight thing. And we started working together, and we've been married for 10 years.
Yeah.
And,
And you have a little boy.
we have a little boy, Rio.
Hi, Rio.
Hi, Rio.
Hi, Rio. Mommy and
He's,
Daddy love you.
Yeah, he's great. He's a vegetarian himself, so.
Big surprise.
Yeah, big food family.
Yeah.
Big food family. We cook all the time at home, and unfortunately, it's ruined his palate because he goes to school and he won't eat anything there.
Yeah,
He says,
those
"That's not the way you make it,
School
Daddy."
lunches, yeah. My
Oh,
mommy and
boy.
Daddy are chefs.
And school lunches are not bad compared to the way they used to be. Actually, they're not bad at all. So, but no, it's great. It's a labor of love with us. This is our life. It's very
Yeah.
hard to explain to someone who's not in the restaurant business. And it's one of those things that, if you love it, it's the greatest thing in the world. And if you don't love it, it will do you in. So it's definitely something you want to know before getting into the restaurant business.
Aw, well, it's great to share your labor of love. We are down to our final 30 seconds, so can we?
Absolutely.
Can we,
so here
plate
is
it up?
one I made earlier, and I can go ahead and put the dressed raspberries, which just have a little bit of lemon and agave syrup.
While you're
touch
doing
of
that, I want to
sage.
thank you so much for coming on, sharing your
Thank
labor
you.
of love.
Our
Can
pleasure.
I taste it up?
Please, go
Absolutely.
right ahead. Whatever you like. There, perfect.
Oh, it's delicious.
Thanks.
That's a
Sweet
full
Rich, love you
meal.
guys.
Thank you.
Mwah, Thank you
you.
so much. Thanks a million.
Thanks,
It's great to
Bob.
have you here.
Our
Mwah.
pleasure. Thank you.
Is this good or what? I love my job. Thanks so much. Be well. Have a great day. See you tomorrow here on The Dawn Show.